So in this video we're going to go over using inequalities to describe real-world contexts. And we have this problem with a fox. It says that this fox can almost run 50 kilometers an hour. So we're gonna essentially drag this thing over here to 50, wherever that's at, and we're going to make this circle open because it's not going to include this 50. And we're also going to switch the direction here because we see that it runs, less than 50, so it's going to be on the other side. Alright, so we can see here, if we count here, there's a difference of 25 between 70 and 45, and there are 5 increments. So that means each of these increments are going to be worth 5. So if we move this up 1, that's going to put us to 50. And then this arrow tells us it's going to be under 50. So not including 50, but under 50. Okay, so let's try that out. Okay. So let's try another one. Alright. The speed of light goes through empty space at about 186,000 miles per second. Physicists believe that all objects must travel slower than light. Let x represent the number of miles per second. Write an inequality in terms of x and 186,000. Okay, so let's see. So we're going to write x, and then we're going to have it relate to 186,000 miles per second. So if x travels less than, it's not going to be greater than or equal to, it's going to be less than. So we're going to write x is less than 186,000. Okay. We have to write miles per second here. Hope not. Okay, good. So let's go to the next one. Okay, write an inequality to represent the elevation in meters, E, in which Yasmin is willing to live. Okay, so she prefers lower elevations. She will only live in a place that has an elevation below -11. Okay. So let's move this over to -11, and it's going to be below, so we're gonna switch directions to be less than -11, and it's also not going to include -11 because she doesn't say she's willing to live at or below, just below. Okay, so now let's write an inequality. So we have -11, and that's going to be greater than E, or we can also write E is less than -11. Either one works, as long as this open mouth here is trying to swallow the larger number here, which is -11. Okay, so let's try that out. Okay, so we have a kangaroo here. It says that the kangaroo can be up to 7 feet high, and then on the number line graph, the height's greater than the height of the kangaroo. So the kangaroo can be 7 feet high, and it's going to be greater than 7, so we're not going to include the 7, and we're going to switch direction so it's greater than 7, like this question asks, and let's do that. Okay, so let's go to the next question here. Okay, the tallest building in the world is, I don't know how to say that, located in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The building is 2,722 feet high. Let x represent the height of the building. Okay. So let's write an inequality here. We'll have x. Okay. and this is the tallest building. Okay, so that means all the other buildings are going to be less than the highest building, so that's going to be x is less than 2,722. Okay, write an inequality to represent the height in meters, h, at which Almy can fly. Or Amy, I can't see that. Okay, Amy's flying, we'll just say it's Amy. Amy's flying a plane for the first time. The dispatcher tells her to fly at 500 meters above the ground or higher. Okay, so 500 or higher, that means we're going to include this 500. And the direction's right because it's pointing at values that are greater than 500. So we can write x, and then we look down here for format, so you can see down here that for greater than or equal to, we're going to do the greater than symbol or the equal symbol. So x is greater than or equal to, and then 500. Okay, and seems like this needs to be an h, not an x. So that's why you can't rush too quickly, right? Okay, let's do one more before we get bored with these. Okay, so John's goal is to have more than -$7 in his bank account by the end of the month. That's pretty sad. Write an inequality to represent the number of dollars, D. Okay, so we're going to have D in here. Let's not make the same mistake. Okay, so write an inequality to represent John's number of dollars that he must have in his bank account before the end of the month to achieve his goal. Okay, so we're going to put this over to -7. And it's going to be halfway between -6 and -8. And he wants to have more than, so it's not going to include -7. And the value, the arrow is pointing in the right direction. It's pointing at values greater than -7 because he wants to have more than -7. So D is greater than -7. Okay, so hopefully this helped you out. If you have any questions, just let me know.